Hey everybody, we're doing a double video today. That's why we're wearing the same shirts.
What? You didn't change clothes for this? Come on.
No. But anyways, today's video is, and Bill's gonna have to do most of the talking. What do you think the market's going to do?
Oh,
honestly, what do you think the market is going to do? You think it's going to crash? You know, do you think it's going to level out? I know the West Coast, I looked it up, and the West Coast,
it's hurting right now.
It's hurting.
Yeah.
And I know the Midwest is hurting. The South is kind of breaking even. I think I saw on NAR 0.4 or something. The Southeast.
Uh-huh.
You know, in the Northeast is kind of breaking even.
Yeah. Okay, this is a big one, and this was on the fly again. Thanks. So,
yeah.
All right. Does anybody really know what's going to happen? The answer is no. All we can do is look back at history and data, and then look at current trends to effectively predict the potential future. Mm-hmm. So, you're correct. West is hurting right now.
Right. California, that whole
yeah.
wash state.
Does it mean it's going to, you know, the word crash is a very dangerous word.
But not for nothing, but every video I watch on YouTube and stuff, it's negative. This is going to crash, that's going to crash, do not buy a house. I hear a lot of negative things, but, you know, I just want to see what your opinion is.
I gotcha. Yep. So at the end of the day, yes, that aside, there's a lot of it's news media in general. The news media's job is to get you to watch, click, and engage. So, you know, the news does more to terrify than to clarify, I've heard some people say. Mm-hmm. So, you know, it's our job as agent to try to disseminate the information as best as we can so that you can make an informed decision. So let's just look, we're in Florida. So, you know, the Southeast is doing well. We have hit our lows, and we don't seem to be going any lower. We have had a very slight uptick. And I'm not talking these micro upticks for a day or two.
But do you think it's just a blip?
No, because a blip doesn't last 2 months. You know, I'm not talking day to day. Everybody's so hyper-focused right now. Everybody watches everything on the minute. Mm-hmm. Oh my God, the market just came down 2 points, and then it went up 2 points. I'm talking real estate market.
Right.
Okay. Is the economy in trouble in the country? Yes, that's clear, right? Are some areas in trouble on the real estate market? Yes, that's clear. But there's other markets, and then there's markets within markets and markets within those markets. We are in a very tourist-driven area.
Right.
We are in a very
So you're talking about Florida right now?
Right, Florida, Clearwater, Tampa, Dunedin, you know, Miami's a different one. Here's the thing. Let's take Wesley Chapel as an example right now.
Okay. Wesley Chapel is about, what, 35 minutes outside Tampa?
35 minutes outside of Tampa.
Okay.
It's one of the fastest growing communities in the state.
Okay.
And it has been for the last couple of years. It's where all the new development is. They're still developing. There's just no more land here in Pinellas County where we're currently filming this.
Right.
So if the developers are still developing, there's 26 or 28 new luxury apartment buildings going in Wesley Chapel in the next 3 years, and they've broken ground on 6 or 7 of them already.
And obviously they got millions of dollars. They do their research before they dump millions of dollars into an area.
Yes. Now the infrastructure is going. If you're familiar with things like State Road 52, which is one of our main thoroughfares, it's going from a single lane country highway to a 4-lane like highway. Yeah. They're planning ahead here. So we also have a ton of people moving into this area every single day. Right. When that starts to slow down, when we go the inverse of move outs to move ins, then we might have to start worrying about a few things.
So your prediction right now is, okay, obviously you don't know what's going to be happening 3-4 years from now.
Something horrible and horrific could happen tomorrow. I don't know. Like, God forbid.
You know, the budget, the deficit, something could spook the market and crash. But I guess what my point is, I see these videos and I watch other people's videos, and a lot of them are saying, do not buy now. And it says right on their thumbnail and their thing, do not buy a house.
Right.
Do not buy a house. But at the same time, I'm looking at it as this is one of the perfect times to buy in some instances, because the investors stopped buying. A lot of investors. So now the people that were on the sidelines, because they couldn't compete with these investors, now have the opportunity to buy. And if you're not moving anywhere for a few years,
right, if you're going to stay for a few years, buy a house. Otherwise you're putting money into somebody else's pocket for rent. You know, it's the same thing. If you are going to try to time the market, I get this a lot. Well, I'm waiting for the best time to sell. I'm waiting for the best time to buy. Well, I'm waiting for the market to crash so I can sell my house and buy something low. It doesn't work like that. If the market goes down and you're selling low, you're buying low. If it's your first house, you know, if it's a house that you're currently living in, you're not taking equity out of it. Now, you know, then everybody starts talking about, well, Bill, interest rates are through the roof right now. Yeah. Can I tell you when and if interest rates are going to come down? I can tell you with almost 100% certainty, at some point, interest rates will come down.
Eventually.
Eventually, because what goes up must come down. Just like our showings in 2022, 2021, 6.2 million showings.
And that's the other thing too. You know, people are trying to get these outrageous prices on some of their houses because they're looking back when the market was peaking.
No.
You know, and they're like, oh, my neighbor a year and a half ago got X amount of dollars and my house is nicer. Those days are over with.
They're gone.
They're gone,
unfortunately.
So here's the thing. Now this video is going to be recorded and dated. So now I'm putting you on the spot. Your prediction, the Florida market a year from now.
Ooh, a year from now. I was hoping for 6 months, man. Come on.
All right, 6 months from now.
I think some interest rates are going to stabilize out as long as everything that's happening right now happens. I think we're going to see some stabilization in the interest rates because we've already started to stabilize.
Right.
Okay. So I think that's going to continue into the summer and fall market for us here in Florida.
Right.
We don't have snow, guys. So like we do have seasons of buying, but at the end of the day, we're not snowed in, and yeah, our buying seasons are a little bit longer. So I think we're going to see some interest rate changes, which is going to be good. On interest rates, if you're worried about it, let's stop talking about interest rates so much right now. Yes, I know it's important, and I'm not saying it's not, but I'm saying let's start looking at affordability. Can you afford $2,000 a month? Can you afford $2,500 a month? What's your budget?
Right.
Right? And then let's go shop for a house that's within your budget if it's ready and it's your time to buy.
So going back, the market, you think it's going to be the same 6 months from now?
If interest rates keep going down, that's going to drive buyer demand up. Our inventory situation is not going to get fixed overnight. The whole thing is supply and demand.
Because people don't want to give up their 3% interest rates on their mortgages.
Yeah. Would you?
No.
Like, how do I go into a listing presentation and say, well, you've got, 2.5 or 3% interest. Let's sell your house and go over here and buy this at 6% or 5.5%. It just doesn't work. So people are going to sit in their houses longer. The new construction can only keep up with demand for so long. Okay, they've to make up that deficit of houses coming on and off the market. Remember, people are still getting older. Millennials are becoming older and they're in the prime time of purchasing now. They've become more established. They're ready to start families and begin to buy houses. With families, without families, it doesn't matter. They're ready to buy houses and settle in now. So supply and demand isn't going to change. But if the interest rates come down, all those people who couldn't afford the mortgage payment because of the interest rate that was pushed them $200, $300, $400 a month over came down. Now they can afford that payment, and now those people are back in the market again.
So
demand's going to go up, prices are going to go up.
I want to make sure I understand it, since we're going to refer back to this video. So you're saying that if interest rates just drop 1% or something, the market is not only going to get better, but demand and everything, everybody will start buying at a frenzy? Or
I don't like the word frenzy.
Okay. So you think that the market will stay good. If the people waiting on the sideline for a crash, they're kind of wasting their time.
If you think this is going to be 2006, 7, and 8 again, it's not going to happen. Let me rephrase that. It's highly likely that is not going to happen based on today's data. It's just the market is not poised for the same situation again. So could something else create something like that? Potentially, yes. I can't predict the future again. But if you're waiting for the economic crash.
That was a subprime crash.
Exactly.
They just gave mortgages to anybody.
If you've applied for a mortgage right now, people with 800 credit scores are having trouble sometimes because they just ask for so much paperwork to make sure that your loan is secured. And that's a good thing. That's what we want. We want that. We need this, and that's what's keeping the market healthy from the lending standpoint.
So that's good. So anyways, everybody, I wanted to get Bill on the record with a video that's uploaded so we could refer back to this video 6 months from now and see if he was right or he was wrong. So anyways, as always,
you vote. I want to see, and then we'll follow him back up.
Hey, do me a favor, leave comments. What's your opinions? Is the market going to be better, worse, or stay the same? And we're talking about the Southeast right now, you know, because the West Coast.
I don't study the other side, so I know what's going on here.
So leave your comments, and like always, do me a favor, subscribe, ring the bell, and just watch the next video. I greatly appreciate it. And we'll catch you on the next one. Thank you.